do I have us? I don't know. Hey, you
You did last time.
guys. We actually were in unison when we came in.
We
So,
were.
hello. Hey, you guys. If you are listening, welcome to the Just Extra podcast with Jackie and Erica. I'm Jackie.
And I'm Erica. Welcome back. We're gonna talk about boys. Ah! Y'all know me. Sorry. I need to stop screaming. Okay, I'm gonna be editing this audio.
Actually, this is a perfect example because you will hear exactly why. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to bring her down a couple decibels because I feel for the next listener. I'm good because I know you, but I'm just like, child, we trying to get these listeners up, okay?
I'm so sorry. Maybe I should put on like a sexy voice. We're talking about boys. Ugh. Boys. Yeah.
I could get with that. That wasn't
Okay, great.
bad. All right. So if you guys don't know, we're like switching off as far as like our like responsibilities. I'm doing clips and she's doing editing for audio. So this is the thing that's going to be super funny for me. I'll hear from you next week. Um
This is so interesting. Should we do a little check-in? I'm like, how are you doing?
Me, honestly, it just reminds me of when I used to like edit YouTube videos, so it's not too much of a learning curve for me. Also, I have more patience than you as far as technology goes, so we we'll be all right.
Okay. We'll check in next week.
Yeah, we'll check in next week. I'm like, when you start something, you're excited, but then after a while, the fatigue sets in. And I'm just like, you know what? We might have to switch off once in a week or like a couple times a month or something. Maybe we should do that. I
Yeah.
don't know, because I'm just like,
And there might be episodes that like you are centered and you might want to be like, oh, I want to pick the clips, you know?
please, that AI gonna be doing my fucking job, okay? That was
Okay.
the best thing. That was the best thing you discovered. I'll try to see if I can find another one. Don't hold me to me for next week. Anyway, so this episode, yes, we are talking about boys. This session, this therapeutic session between us two.
Basically.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little catch up. We're gonna do a little extra thoughts. We got a little, you know, just gonna update you on the world so far. But yeah, so last week we did a lot of ketchup, no Heinz, no Whataburger, no spicy ketchup. Erica, tell us, any extra thoughts for you?
Yeah. So, one of the things that I really wanted to talk to my therapist about was like, so now that I told this, I was definitely going to call her a hoe, but let me try and be so respectful.
I don't think she's gonna listen, right?
I have been thinking about that. Like, I'm like, what if she listens? What if we like start healing our relationship and then the podcast really pops off and people are like, oh my God, Erica's mom is terrible, but it's like, we've progressed farther, I think about that. But whatever. Uh, anyway, so in therapy, I was trying to see who was going to be our mediator, right? Like, I'm like, can I bring her to my therapist that I actually already have, or who is going to like be the appropriate person to mediate this conversation? And my therapist is just like trying to tell me that like she doesn't know if like this is the best space, you know? Like she's just like, I want you to feel safe coming back to this space. And this was something at the very end of our session that we talked about. So I'm just sitting here thinking like, what does she mean by that? Like, why would I not feel like she is a safe space to bring my stepmom into so that we can have this conversation? Um, oh, sorry. Speaking of family.
See, put that thing on do not disturb,
You know
please.
what? I honestly always have it on silent, but whatever update happened, I need to have it off of like the whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so I just don't know why my therapist doesn't think that she's gonna be a safe space, and I'm like, are you gonna agree with this hoe? Like, are you gonna
See,
agree with this hoe?
I
And then
was
I can't
okay.
come back to you?
Not to say that she will agree, but there may be points where she will want you to understand where she's coming from as well. And if you take it personally, because you tell her a lot of things about yourself. She probably already gauged the fact that, if I disagree with her, you probably ain't going to get with it. You're going to feel very victimized. And, this is safe space. Like, it takes a minute for you. So it's okay. You might want to take that as some good advice. So maybe you guys do need a neutral party. Maybe she can refer you to somebody.
Yeah. 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 But that was it. That's all I really wanted to bring here is like, so like, where do I have this conversation? Like, I like my therapist, but yeah, that's what I'm like, is that what she meant? Like,
Also, it might be fair for your stepmom too, because, you know, okay, this is Erica's therapist. She probably in her head already has her guards up too. So actually, what she said is pretty good advice. If I was
mm-hmm.
a, therapist myself, I would probably tell you the same thing.
Yeah, I did think about it from her perspective as well of like, nah, she's going to be already on her side. I have thought about that. But obviously I don't care.
Nah, of course you don't. You like, I got the upper hand. I win. No, we gotta do this the right way, sweet cheeks, okay? But thanks for that update. Let us know how that goes. It's because
Thanks.
you guys are having a conversation on the phone this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we'll have more to come with this saga. I love that you're sharing. It's great.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. All right. So as far as our personal catch-ups, I have nothing to offer for this
Wait, you're
week.
supposed to pub if anybody else has advice.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, my bad. Let me flip this back over to my timeline. I was trying to take chapters.
I felt that.
Oh, mm-hmm. So I would say, as far as extra thoughts of the episode, like I said, just appreciative of everything that I've been through. I'm kind of going through a little post graduation depression, that I think that's normal for everybody. You have the height of working through finals and all these major classes, and then you're celebrating, and now you're kind of on the down, like crashing, but we're actually okay. I'm actually just learning to enjoy the silence, enjoy the peace, because, later on this episode, we'll talk about what happens when I don't. I've been wanting to hop on some things. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, if you guys have any extra thoughts on our previous episodes, whether it's the previous one from last week or even all the way in the past, when you first discovered us, just email us at justextrapodcast@gmail.com. We'll read it. Of course, we'll read it. We'll just, show you some love and maybe pub you if you want to. You can also be anonymous. So that's it.
Perfect. So yes, catch
Yeah.
us up. Catch us up on your life.
All right. Again, the post grad depression has set in, so I'm just trying to enjoy the silence right now. But also my new job sent me that my official offer letter that I haven't signed yet, but I have a week to sign it. And I'm gonna be doing my drug test and all that other good stuff next week, so you're like, ooh, oh my gosh. I actually have nothing to worry about. I've been pretty clean. So, upstanding citizen. Um, yeah, I'm just excited. But my job is pissing me the fuck off. I talked about that last episode too. Everyone keeps, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now? You have some, you want me out the door, bitch. Like you just hired somebody that you want to put into the inbox. You already have another girl who's bothering me right now. And in my inbox, like she keeps texting me about, so did you apply to this job? Did you apply to that job? I have another friend. I'm like, chill. Can I at least stack at least an extra check or two? Can I have something? Okay? Because I'm poor. But whatever. But that's it, girl. I have nothing else to offer as far as a catch up. Like, that's it.
Well, speaking of work and jobs, gosh, I'm trying to also make this a very quick like summary, and I kind of like texted you and Earlene about it, but I'm just at a point where I really am into what I'm doing. Like, I'm really passionate about advocating for, marginalized voices. I want to bring awareness to, I don't know, people who typically aren't centered, okay? And so in the workplace, I'm really like glad that my job like is around inclusion. So I just get frustrated when we get a little performative. And so I basically just brought up to my boss that, I don't necessarily feel like everybody, I feel like we have people who are just talking the talk, and they're not even doing that very well. Like it's very obvious that they have a script and they're reading. And so I just get frustrated that like we are in 2024 and we give so much grace to people leaders who part of their job is not just the technical competencies, but it's also leading people and supporting people. And so why do we give so much grace on the people part? Oh, it takes time. It takes time to learn and understand people and how to accept people and advocate and provide opportunity. Like, why is it so hard that you have to read it from the script? Like, oh, and inclusion it's good for us. Yes, it's good. It's good. Yes, that's what it says there. It's just, how come you're okay with them not getting upskilled in this space in a timely fashion? And it's not hard. Like, it's not that hard. It may be uncomfortable for people who have had privilege for a really long time, but I don't know, it's not hard. And I just wish that I could trust in my leadership to really have the conversations behind closed doors that I don't think are being had, to encourage them to do better. I think we have leadership that's kind of just like okay with the status quo, kind of, and gets their paycheck and keeps it pushing, and I get frustrated by that. So I kind of feel, the thing that I feel bad about is throwing something back in my manager's face that she said in a meeting about her saying that like she doesn't have these conversations in real life. Like, she does the job and that's it. Doing the job at her job is exhausting. And I just looked at her.
Wait, so she said that about you?
She said that about her. She's like,
oh,
yeah, I just, I don't have conversations in my personal life. I do it for my job, and like, that's enough.
Of course, because you don't surround yourself with, diversity every day. I can probably already assume she lives in her own personal bubble, and she doesn't have to be accountable.
Person. Like, you are a part of a marginalized community. But I just, I don't know. That's also very frustrating. I don't know. I guess, whatever. So in this meeting, I basically just was like, I know you don't really talk about this in your, like, real life, but I'm very passionate about this. And, like, I have conversations off the clock. And I honestly wish I was doing more in the workplace.
Oh, I can't wait for you to find. You know what? I could just see you being like a whole contractor into these smaller and bigger companies and teaching them DEI, even if it's just for like a week, a day, an onboarding situation. Like, just letting them know, like, this is what it is. I can't stand the fact when I found out that most of DEI, like the head of DEI, they're mostly like white men. It really irks me. And no offense to white men, I understand you guys feel like the minority these days, but no, like, the workplace was created for you. And you know why people and with like why are we more passionate about our projects? You guys, the job that you have is honestly really cool. It's probably the most, like, honestly, one of the higher paid social, like, jobs you can have, honestly, because you could also just be like a social worker that, like, gets paid 40K out here, which sucks, but that's life.
Mm-hmm.
Do your job,
Yeah.
lady.
I mean, don't just do your job is actually my problem.
Mm,
Like,
be
go
good at it too.
above, you know? Yeah. That's my catch-up.
I'm sorry, little chicken. Okay, so we can go ahead and go into our extra extra segment. We'll try to, like, keep this short and sweet because I really don't know too much about everything that's going on, but the streets have been kind of dry in my opinion, but there's a couple things here we could talk about. All right. First things first, your hair is super pretty.
Ah,
I
thank
love
you so
it.
much. Oh, sorry, I'm still screaming. Okay. Ah, thank you so
that
much.
that's for you, honey. That's a good. No, if you are able to see Erica, her hair is braided. I love it. That's like, I'm serious. That's the hair I really wanted to do for graduation, but honey, who had $300? I had a whole party to throw, okay? So, no, that had to go elsewhere. But speaking of hair, we have hair battles going on, celebrity hair battles. We have Fenty hair that dropped this week. And, when fan bases get involved, you have a certain beehive that's just like, excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. What about Sacred? And I just find it interesting.
They're like, you didn't even give her her time. Why are you coming and dropping your product? You didn't even let it shine. Okay. But I don't know what you're gonna go into, but I hear that like Rihanna's actually been really working on Fenty hair since like 2021 or so
Yeah,
is when it was
that's
like
what I
trademarked
found
or
out.
something.
It was trademarked in 2021, and then Beyonce did hers in 2022, but hers came out quicker. So, does that affect quality of the product? I don't know. People have a very interesting, you know, I love Beyonce. She's a great artist, but as far as like, pushing out product, it's a little hit or miss, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you were around back in the day, she had House of Darion, she had Heat, perfumes. Um, I think she did Ivy Park. What else
Ivy
did she
Park, yeah.
do?
That's listen. Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, I understand.
You named the ones that
But
I'm familiar enough with.
yeah, it's just, I don't know. And then you have Fenty, you have Rihanna. She has created a makeup line that literally has changed the game for women, people of color. Like now, you can't find a makeup brand that does not have more than like 30 plus shades. Because back in the day, I was probably the darkest it was going to get. And that's very
Mm-hmm.
insulting.
Mm-hmm.
So, she also has her other brands, but, she has shown and proved like, hey, her brands are staying, versus Beyonce, where it's just kind of like it shows up, it's around for a time, but it doesn't really have a lot of staying power.
I don't think Beyonce's really passionate about some of the things that she has put out, right? Like, I don't know. Like, is she really passionate about any of her, I don't know, clothing line, beauty products in the past? I don't even know if she's really passionate about her hair care line. Like, I know her mom is. Like, I know Miss Tina was a hairstylist, right? So I know that she is interested. Um, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know, Rihanna. I don't know why I get this like vibe from her that like she's well, probably because she totally dropped music because she was just like, I
She
ain't doing
said,
this
bye,
music no
y'all.
more. I'm doing this beauty thing. Okay, so I think it's been like it's more believable that she's like really passionate about it. So it's you know I probably quality I would assume um, I'm wearing Fenty. Okay, Fenty concealer, Fenty contour stick. Okay, so yeah, I mean, shout out to Rihanna. Oh, the gloss. Okay,
We love a gloss, okay? She's
okay.
doing it. Okay, the makeup bag, she has me down, okay? Look,
Is this? No, it's not her bra. I wore her bra yesterday. Okay.
I still haven't tried her bras, her lingerie line yet, but I've heard good things, okay? So, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I think it's because people have said over and over again, Beyonce has created a mystique about herself where you don't really know, like, do you really see her using this stuff every day? Do you really see her like spraying on heat perfume and putting on House of Darion and going to the grocery store? You barely see her leave her house. So, it's just one of those things where Mystique is, unique and it's valuable, but it does cost you in certain aspects. Whereas Rihanna, Rihanna, she gonna smoke a blunt, she gonna drink, she gonna be like, look, I like my hair done. I like my face done. I like being fashionable. This is just what I do. I'll put on a plastic bag and y'all are going to wear it too. I'm going to dye my hair bright ass red and y'all are going to do it too. I'm going to cut my hair into a pixie and y'all are going to do it too. That's just what she's just a trendsetter in that fashion and you got to give it up to her. I honestly would, and okay, it sounds bad to say, but I would actually give Fenty Hair a chance before I would give Sacred a chance. And not because, and not only because of, hey, who the product is standing behind, but also the price point. The price
What is
point's
it?
actually pretty good.
Okay, great.
Sacred's a
What is
little bit
it?
more expensive. It's like hmm, her Edge Gel, I think, is like $18. But the most expensive I've seen was like $30.
Oh,
Like, and that's giving Sephora Ulta prices, honestly.
well, she already got a partnership or did.
I don't
And
know.
I do hear Sacred is more expensive, but I also heard that like if you're consistent with Sacred, that it actually is quality.
Oh, okay. I would actually love to see more reviews. I want people to really stick with it, and what I would love if somebody could go ahead and part their hair in the middle and just say, I am washing and doing my hair on this side with Fenty and the other side with
You do it.
Sacred. And oh no, I don't have the time. But if somebody has this idea, if you have the time, go ahead and do half and half. And I need somebody to tell me what's working for real. But shout out to Fenty for doing an edge gel. Like I feel like Sacred was like for everyone. Everyone could use all the products versus like, hey, this is for more moisturizing and this is for light moisturizing. And let's be honest with you, I can't use the same type of shampoo and conditioner as my Caucasian counterpart, okay? It's just not going to do the same. So, we shall see. We shall see, honey. Okay. Any last thoughts before we move on?
Let's move it.
All right. Last thing, well, last couple things. We got a couple little things. Shout out to Ariana Grande and Victoria Monet. They came out with some poppin' music videos. I haven't
Yeah.
seen them myself personally, but from the clips online, Victoria is eating down, and then Ariana brought back the girls.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I watched both. Victoria Monet, I can't even speak. I'm sick, okay? I'm sick. I'm gagged, okay? I just what's the choreographer? Bunkhead. What's his name?
Bankhead or something?
Bankhead. You okay, sure. I was close. Um mm, okay. And I just really also appreciate that she stayed loyal, okay? Because all my mama, she used him and all the girlies were doing the dance moves from that. And so she used him again. Her looks, I literally was just looking at her. I just
Her
was
body was looking right. I ain't gonna lie, from the clips I saw, I was just like, okay, metallic booty.
I just was looking. I was like, wow. I should take the Mackenzie scale test.
Am I gay? I don't give a fuck.
Is this another awakening moment for me? Um yeah, no, it was a good music video. I think she had some nods to Michael Jackson. I would like to hear her talk about it though. Now I'm like, okay, we'll talk about it. Like why'd you go with this various different like imagery? She was looking great though. And then Ariana Grande, she did The Boy Is Mine, which I appreciate the song. Obviously I appreciate the original song with Brandy and Monica. And so Brandy and Monica made a feature appearance, just quick, at the beginning of that video. And Penn Badgley is in that video. I also
Oh,
so the credit that I will give Ariana for her video is I love a story video. Like I love like a music video that's like a mini movie, so Ariana Grande's music video was very much like that. And Ariana Grande is an actress, so a couple of the moments are like, again, small moments, but like I get a little chuckle, I'm just like, oh, she's an actress. And, her comedic timing is just like, she's funny. I like her. Yeah, Penn Badgley's in the video as the male person, and he's a cutie. Yeah. I appreciated it. It was good. I like the song. It's a nostalgia, all the things. Good time in the music industry. The girlies are doing it.
So that's the guy from You and Gossip Girl, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I like him. I was like, is that my man? I just have certain types, y'all. Certain types of white guys I like,
I was just gonna say the exact same thing. I'm like, if I'm gonna stray away from the black dick, okay, then that's the kind of white man I want. But we still gotta see what that dick look like, because that's very important to me.
Let me see it. Pull it out. Let me see that thing.
Okay,
all
so
right.
Speaking of seeing some
Look.
dick.
What a segue, honey.
I said, "Go."
First off, speaking of dicks, who needs to keep them fucking hands to them motherfucking selves? First off, let's just say family can ruin some things for you, okay? If you don't know, it was a raging topic like for the past 2 days, but Michael Rainey, the guy who played Tariq off of Power, and then he had his own spinoff called Ghost. He was on a streaming platform. The guy's name was Tylil. First off, just found all this information this week because I was up and down Twitter X trying to figure out what was the problem, what's going on, and give me all the tea. Okay, so he's on this streaming, like he's in this guy's living, like this bedroom. I don't know what type of bedroom they was in, okay? They looked like it was in the hood, okay? But it looked like somewhere he wasn't supposed to be. But because he gets a lot of streams and stuff like that, it's kind of like Kai Cenat. Have you heard of Kai Cenat?
Yes.
And everyone's trying to, I think they're friends, but everyone's trying to make money off of streaming. Maybe one day we can get into that. I don't know. There may be something for us. We'll see.
Okay.
Just get a little drunk and just stay online, just harass people. I don't know. But either way, he had his family on there. Some people on there. I think his little sister, but she wasn't that damn little, okay?
No.
And we'll get to that in a second.
Just younger than him.
Right. So there's like little kids in the background. It's literally like 10 people in this frame. And Michael's sitting there like just looking at the host, like talk to these little kids. And then his sister walks up aside of him and starts groping him. He's literally like in shock. And I know that face. As someone who has been inappropriately groped before in the clubs and stuff like that, I don't have a piece, but just excuse me, ma'am, and he's looking like, what the hell? He's laughing like that uncomfortable laugh. It was just very uncomfortable to watch when I found out what was happening. Yes, he's just like, bro, what the hell? And keep your hands to yourself. The fact that he came back, the host was just like, hey, that's my sister. She's not really used to being around, celebrities like that. That's not a good excuse. But luckily, go ahead, because I'll add to the story afterwards.
No, you're doing great. I'm just, reacting. Because it don't make no sense.
And he was just like, yo, why you acting weird? This is my family. We all cool. We all together. But then turn around and it's just once you actually saw the video, he said, after he saw the clip, he was just like, oh, I just thought you were leaving because my sister made you uncomfortable. When in reality, my sister groped you. And that's not cool. And that's bad. Your family will fuck up your whole career before you even get started. Because once I realized, like, the social media thing, you can reinvent yourself on social media, but once you're highly known, it's kind of hard to reinvent yourself after a time. So
unless you're
people
white.
need to keep their fucking. I'm gonna need some examples for that later, so we'll talk about that. But yeah, people need to keep their damn hands to themselves. People thought that girl was like, oh, she must be like underage. She probably doesn't know social cues and stuff like that. She's probably on the slower side. That girl is 23 years old or 22. Keep your damn hands to yourself. Because if the roles were reversed, if the roles were reversed and he punched you in your face, people would look at the fact that he punched you in your face or you got groped by a man, a grown man.
Yeah.
That was sad.
They're making, just the whole life really exciting. Like, that's the way to go. And I don't know. I guess she just thought, like, yeah, this is how I get a guy's attention. I don't know who's teaching the youth. I don't know, But also, you're on camera. You're being recorded. supported right now. You know, it's one thing to get a little feel when no, it's not. Okay, it's never okay. Okay, let me just not finish that sentence.
You said, well, actually, well, okay. There are instances where it is welcome and you will get hints, and obviously,
If that's your man, you
if
know,
that's your,
like you already have that kind of relationship. I've touched it, I've seen it, you know, and every situation is different, you know. You can give a no, you know, a yes one day and a no a different day, you know, but yeah. Come on now. Come on now.
it's just a thing when people show this level of thirst and like just lack of boundaries when it comes down to celebrities. I do, for me, I run into people a lot, and when like I can tell, like, especially when I watch vlogs and people say, like, I get kind of nervous when people walk up and recognize me, or when people do things a little frantically. I know that scares people. But even down to the whole, like, why are you putting your hands up? Don't fucking touch me. Okay. As somebody who, you know me, I'm like, hey, keep your fucking hands to yourself. You'll get punched in the face. Because I just had experience where people feel like, oh, just because you're so magnetic, I need to touch you. And I'm just like, why? Why? Like, I didn't feel that from you. You're not anything interesting. Why are you touching me? You know? I don't want your energy on me. Keep your fucking hands to your fucking self.
Mm, I don't want your energy on me. That's real. Okay, just because you were attracted to my energy does not mean that I'm interested in yours. Absolutely. Take a
Mm-mm.
lesson, children.
It was so bad. It was so bad. Anyway, do we have anything left for the dream? Do you have any um
Just, you know, while we're talking about not touching people and taking advantage of people, just don't take advantage of people. That's it. Including you, the dream. That's it. That's all that happened. I don't know how to make that more of a detailed story. We ain't got time. Don't
yeah,
touch
don't
people, okay? But apparently, allegedly, whatever, the dream has, you know, just taken advantage of people because, you know, he said he knew Beyonce and he knows Rihanna, and I can, you know, I'm a sanctuary and I can bring you into the sanctuary and whatever else. I don't know.
you using like Beyonce's likeness to take advantage of poor women and people who have dreams is disgusting. And I hope he gets everything that's coming to him. And it's so weird how all of these people are going down around Beyonce and Jay-Z. I am very nervous for them, but just keep y'all nose clean. If y'all didn't do anything, just distance yourselves. Okay? Save
You,
yourselves.
you know,
Okay?
my girl Impressive was like, Beyonce, start getting yourself together. If you are not
Just
involved, you better start getting yourself together. I was like,
Viola Davis.
oh, yeah, okay.
Pack that bag and get on out, okay? Save yourself, okay? This is a dirty game out here. All right, we spent too much time on you celebrities. I mean, congratulations to Jeannie Mai and Jeezy. Their divorce was finalized. Undisclosed statement lasted longer than I anticipated, and the baby is cute. Any thoughts on that?
I want details, but Jeannie Mai, I hope you know, got what you needed for your cute little baby. But I want the details.
We do. How much did you get,
Yes, tell us.
girl? All right. Okay. The boys. The boys. We are here with the boys. Okay, I talked about post grad depression and all that other stuff, but when you are in the middle of school, you don't have time, especially if you want to be successful, you don't have time for guys. You don't have time for the niggas, you don't have time for the men's, you don't have time for the male anatomy. But now that we're done, I'm just kind of like, oh, I do have a little bit more time on my hands. Like, what's going on? I was this close to, well, we'll talk about it. Let's talk about what we were, doing the past couple weeks. Come on, what'd you have?
I'm gonna keep screaming because that's just authentic to me. Okay.
That's all you.
Okay, so I know we wanted to start with talking about these old hoes, okay? All these old hoes that just, hey, I think it's summertime and like I just want to, I want to come out and make a reappearance, a resurgence, I feel like, okay? Because why on earth, I don't know, there's some people that we haven't yet named on the podcast. And I'm like, I don't know what to call them and I should have thought of this in advance. But from college.
Oh, okay.
You
Young
know,
young man.
yes. Is that what we're gonna call him?
Okay.
Young man.
Young man.
Young.
Young lad.
Okay.
Youngin.
Okay.
Wait, I think Youngin was the other guy, but
Who's young? Who's youngin? God dang.
the one that looks like a young boy but is not, he just looks mad young. Okay, whatever. Okay, so
Okay.
one of your old things,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Came back and made a resurgence. So, in January when I wasn't drinking, and then that one time where the month was over and we drank, and then I ended up over at his place. That was the last time we had any kind of interaction or a conversation. And so, a few days ago, I get a young text message giving me a random review because I gave him a random review of some lube that I appreciated. Because when I was at his place in January, I was like, I don't like this lube. I only gave him a hand job and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So I made a different recommendation to him. And so yeah, he texted me and just giving me a recommendation that he didn't like my ish. Long story short, he sent me a picture. He got the wrong kind. So we'll see how that part goes. But I'm like, where are you coming out the woodworks? Where have you been? What do you want to talk? Why are you talking to me about lube? You know? Um, anyway, I'm just like, what are you? Anyway, that's all I have to say about him. He just came out of the woodworks. I ain't got nothing really to say. Like, it didn't go anywhere. Like, it didn't go anywhere.
Do you want to say the brands that he was comparing? It was between these two brands. The
I
brand
think
that
he
you
had
got
a
in the
KY brand. He had a KY brand, and I recommended the Astroglide.
Okay, so I have been introduced to Astroglide by a mutual friend, and it was just, you know, it works, but it's just kind of like, this is some old school glycerin. I don't think I should have this in my coochie, but it's just my personal opinion.
The
Everybody has their
water-based one,
favorites.
it's good. I,
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe
Let me
I'll,
look in the let me look in the ingredients because I know that cootie cat don't really respond to that thing. Okay.
okay. Well, I'll let you know how what it is. But then there was another Mr. Somebody. This is the one that I have.
Okay, I've seen that one.
It's
Yes.
my literal picture that I sent. So yeah. Anyway, then there was another person that our friend Imani introduced me to, and just wanted to know when I'm free to just chat it up. And I'm just like, I don't. Why? Because I don't know. I didn't tell him, but I'm like, I thought you had a girl, or maybe you're like on and off with a girl, or I don't even know exactly what's happening. But whatever. So just the phone is being lubricated, but I'm just like, I don't want y'all. I don't want y'all. Who else is on my line? Brokey.
Of course
But
he is.
I kind of want that one. Should I not?
You should probably get an updated mind chart just in case.
It's true.
Yes,
Factual.
Samantha. Like how many? I'm still counting. It's like this year.
She- yeah. 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 Well, you never know because we'll get to the other ones, but hoes are hard to find. That's it.
They are. That's why it's easy to backslide. Speaking of me backsliding, I was like, oh, I should tell my plug that I, graduated or whatever. I'm just letting all my old hoes know, like, I graduated. But I was just like, no, I don't really need him for that validation that I have for myself. Fuck that and fuck him. He is a very interesting character and that needs to stay in the past because, the devil, I heard this phrase, the devil will put temptation in your utmost, like, desired form. They will literally create your type to a T. And then he will show you, hey, this 666 is not it. It is the devil, the 6 foot. The six, more than 6 inches,
Inches
okay,
and the six
and
figures.
6 figures. You already,
Mm.
you
I know
know.
what that
So
ish is. Okay.
you already know. So yes, I'm not messing with that.
Mm.
Ricky Thompson's friend, he's still traveling. He's still doing his thing. Um, like I said, he would be more of a friend, but I can already tell he doesn't really want that at all with me. But I don't know. I just will support him from afar. Now Walgreens, I had a confession. I let him know that I graduated because obviously it was one of those things where it's just like, oh, a gift. You know, you give the gifts and the gifts keep on giving. Okay. So
Okay.
um
Did we get
I
a
was just
gift?
like, I think he is just it's dragging me along at this point because right now we are just you're calling me, we're doing all this other stuff, and I'm just like, where's my gift at, my nigga? Stop trying to like this is not that. Like, anyway, those who don't know, CatchUp, but Walgreens is like this older guy that I like talk to. Like, we had an arrangement of like, hey, we hang out, you know, he was my sugar daddy, whatever. And I was just like, okay, I really don't want to reopen that door up because you were good for the time being, but I don't, I don't know. I didn't really like myself when I was messing with you.
Mm.
So I'm gonna be my own sugar daddy now. So,
Okay.
um, if he doesn't really, honestly, if he doesn't give up the goods by like the end of this month, I'm about to, it's about to be a block town,
Wait, wait, wait,
okay?
wait, wait. Not the end of next month. You know, maybe you'll get like a birthday combination.
We'll see. I don't know. It's just more so like I'm trying to be a different ass lady. I want my karma to be good. Like I just,
Okay.
nah.
I support you. I support you. But if he's
And
looking,
also,
I'm over here.
uh, trust he probably is, but he's just one of those workaholics, and he just really gets off on like making your day, and you know we
I
enjoy
don't
that.
see the problem.
I don't see a problem, but well, actually, the problem is the fact that look, the age difference is just too great for me, and he knows it. And he said it himself. It's just it's just too much. I would like to date somebody within my age range.
I didn't
A
know that we
good
were
like
really
10 years.
considering taking him seriously, but okay.
Oh no, no, no. Isn't no, not me. Okay.
Okay.
Um now let's talk about meeting people in real life. So backsliding is just easy to do because you got their numbers, the history and all that good shit. But let's talk about meeting in real life. Let's talk about it.
Um, Go ahead. Did you have something? Did
Well,
you
I
just?
already said like meeting guys in Houston is easy to do, but meeting guys that are like really about something and like really of substance is very hard. I'm so serious. You can go out, Erica, and go find dudes. You just don't like them.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It's not like it's Atlanta.
Just like,
It's just a whole nother ball game in Houston. It's like they got dudes, they just not your type, you know?
yeah, I agree. So yeah, it's hard. So I'm like, where are they? I feel like they sold me a dream that is like not really true. Cause I'm like, where is I know some people have controversy with like black excellence, but I'm also just kind of like where are we? You know? Like where are we? I thought we were here. Where are you all? So, still on the hunt. But I've appreciated the two times that we've gone to off the record because I like
I
the
like that place.
atmosphere. Yes, and it's rare that I feel like I enjoy being outside places, but I enjoy off the record. And we went your graduation party weekend, and I hooked myself two numbers. Again, shout out to Imani as wing woman of the year, and she helped me get one of the numbers. Um, and basically I just started talking to this youngin. He is a youngin, a 95 baby.
Oh, please.
I
Once we
mean
get in the
younger.
2000s, it gets scary, but
Oh,
other than that, we're
that's
fine.
true. Okay, yeah, 95 isn't the worst. It is still younger than my little sister, but that's fine. But also he didn't want to have no kind of conversation because I asked him about how his weekend was like after the weekend, and that was it. He didn't want to have no conversation. But he also wasn't trying to like, what? If you got my number, why didn't you use it that weekend? You got my number on a what? Friday? Was that a Friday activity? What we do? I don't remember. But like, why didn't you use it? Yeah, 'cause it was before your party. But I'm just like, why didn't you use it all weekend if you only wanted a weekend situation? Not that I'm, was gonna do it per se, but it could have been an option of something for us, the group, something. But yeah, no, we haven't talked since then, so no point in that number. I mean, at this point. And then the other person is local, and we exchange numbers. And I just really appreciated. I feel like I should do this every time. I feel like this should be a move of mine, especially in loud places where it kind of makes sense. I could not hear this man's name for the life of me. So I was just kind of like, I looked him in his eye and I said, I can't hear you. Say your name really slowly, spell it for me. And so he's in my ear and he's just like, letter, letter, letter. Why do I really like this? Letter.
Oh, is that what he said?
Letter.
I'm screaming. That's hot. No,
I thought it was hot too. Okay. So then I was just like, oh, okay, great. Blah, blah, blah. Let's exchange numbers. And then we kept it pushing. And he did try to call me that night. Twice, I think. And I was knocked out. And yeah, we texted the next day a little bit. And I tried to grab a real life beverage with him before we went to Clarkwood, which I know we're going to go into. And he wasn't feeling well. And I was like, that's fine. Haven't heard from him since.
We'll see. We'll put a pin in that for later. It may come up. Maybe this weekend. Maybe if he's out. Be a little detached, but just friendly at the same time. You never know. Maybe we'll go back to off the record. We have some people coming in this weekend, so it's just kind of like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
Downtown has been good. So I've been appreciating like places like that. Speaking of which, meeting in real life, you know me. I like a guy with a little bag, so Clarkwood is a very interesting spot to go to. We met two older gentlemen who are very interesting. Not too much to add to this situation, but you can tell who has been hurt in the past and who is happily married by how they view other people enjoying their time. So we were at Clarkwood because we were just like, okay, this is before one of our mutual friends' birthday dinner. We're like, let's just grab a quick drink. And I love a quick little drink. I love a little dip off. I love a little, a little Clarky. Oh, side note, their drinks went down in quality, but I think it was because who was making them. I saw who was making it, and I was just like, let me know when the real bartenders come in, because I feel like you a bus boy. It's giving bus boy who just was taught how to make the drink really quickly, because it's not given. But that's neither here nor there. So, we met these two girls. They were super cute, super young. They got up and left, and sure enough, two very tall Caucasian men come and sit down and say, hey, how you doing? One was very loud, the other one was very kind and sweet. Just like a really good friend couple. Just very, just together. The guy who was very loud and very obnoxious, waving his American Express card like, okay, I got the next round for you ladies. What's up? Here you go. Not what's up because he's white, but he just like, I got it right here, man. You already know. And so he's looking across the room. He's seeing a couple kiss, and he's just like, ugh, look at them. They look like they've been together for like a month or something. Look at that shit. And I'm like, Erica's like, have you been hurt before, sir? And what marriage was he on? Like, how many divorces?
I feel like he said it 2 at least. So maybe 3. Maybe he said 3.
About 3. And he was so funny and very loud, very obnoxious. But I was just like, I bet you're really quiet when you're, during the day. And he was just like, yeah, but we're not going to talk about that. I'm like, see, guys like you. And then his friend, super sweet, he had all the compliments. He was just like, I love your hair. You have beautiful eyes. And I'm like, you must be married because you are shooting these shots with no regard. You are just landing them and you have no worries. And he's just like, how did you know? Like, you just have this air about you. Like, I have this safety net. And that sucks because guys, you just don't know who's married these days because hardly anybody wears a ring. Hardly anybody changes their last name. I mean, guys don't, but whatever. Um, it's just you can tell like guys who are in relationships and happy, they just have no care in the world and just throw out all the things. It's annoying to me. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate money. So thanks for
Oh,
the
they definitely
drinks.
had it. They definitely had it. And they were bragging about being on a private jet. I was just like, look at this. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to touch that because I'm just like, okay, Jackie, we're moving past that in our life because, wait a minute. We could do something here. But no, we're going to be better. We're going to do good. Yeah, I just don't want to date anybody for what they have to offer because guys who have the most, they just suck. And the guys who have the least, they suck too, honestly, but I just want somebody like that kind of meets me where I'm at. And
Yes.
I guess you could just go on Hinge, right?
Oh gosh, gosh, gosh. Okay, well, Hinge. So I sponsor us, but also, I, how do I get the cute ones without paying the money?
Unfortunately, you have to pay the money. This actually segues into this Instagram reel that I saw. This girl was like, "Hi, I found my boyfriend in 2 months using Hinge." She's like, "Unfortunately, ladies, you have to use the premium." She let her likes build up. She said once her likes build up, she would take off the ones she immediately didn't like, and then the ones that she liked, she kept. Once she got to a good number she was okay with, then she started dating them. And that's how she found her boyfriend.
Hmm.
I liked it when I paid for it that 1 month. It was expensive, y'all. It's probably more expensive now, but like what, $30? Well, it was 30 when I paid for it. But
I've
I think it's
only
worth
ever
it.
gotten the roses. I've never actually like paid for like a subscription, just the roses, and sometimes I like send them. But honestly, sometimes those don't. They're not enough, right? Like I don't have enough. I bought three, and maybe they talk to me, but maybe also they don't. Or maybe we match, but like we don't engage in any kind of conversation. So it's just
It's so dry.
uh, everybody's so dry, and I'm very like over it. But yeah, I mean, I met somebody on Hinge and had my first date of the entire year last month, and it was fine. It was
June.
nice. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, what are you saying? Yeah,
I
I
was
know.
like, stop, it's June.
Yeah, yeah, I know, and I'm not hideous, so that's why I'm like, yep. So had the first date of the year, and it was fine. It nothing wrong with the date, but like this guy had to set his profile to Houston because he lives out in the boonies. He's like, I live an hour away, blah blah blah, and I just realized if I'm gonna use the apps, I can't just give people passes. Like I can't just be like, oh, I guess maybe I'll give you a chance. Blah blah. Blah. I need to feel it. Y'all know I'm an emotional hoe. Okay, I need to connect with almost everything that I be doing. Okay, otherwise I don't enjoy it. It's not really gonna. It just I have to connect, and so I can't be given no chances if I'm not feeling it. It's on to the next. I'm sorry, I should have swiped left. The date in person was fine, but I didn't want to suck your dick. I need to feel
You
compelled to
gotta
do
want
it.
to suck your
I
dick, right? And then you just like, okay, I'm not gonna do it today, but I will.
I
I
might,
may.
and I ain't got no problems with it,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
not
Like,
his.
I gotta be. Okay, unfortunately, I used to be that person where I was like, well, maybe, well, maybe, well, maybe, and just swiping right on everybody. And then before I knew it, I had a whole inbox of people who I didn't fucking like because there was one guy, I was having great conversation with him. And then I look back at his pictures, I was like, ugh, fuck,
Yeah, what was I thinking? Oh my god! And I really liked the
damn,
conversation, and now I can't like him.
damn, fuck. Oh, God. Okay. But yes, we're not going to swipe on anybody we don't find attractive, and apparently, the dating pool has pee, poop, all the things in there. Like my sister, even in Champagne, she sent me a couple pictures of guys she saw on Instagram. Actually, I was gonna show you a picture, but what if we put this on like,
Oh,
you know?
so yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but she showed some heads, child.
Send
These
it to
boys
me.
got these heads. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do that while we talk. Go
Yeah,
ahead, keep going.
I ain't got nothing else to say except for moving us into the just advice. Do you got any more to say on the online dating that sucks?
afraid to do it. I'm afraid. I'm like, okay, it's just I will be paying for Hinge. I know it's like, oh, you're a girl. Why do you have to pay for Hinge? I'm just like, I don't want to deal with bullshit. I want to be able to see the people who like me. I want to see them in a whole list so I can go through, take them
Mhm.
off, talk to them, be done. I can specify my preferences. I want a certain age range. Like I'm very open as far as like races goes, but I can't talk to no 21-year-old. I don't want to talk to no 51-year-old, Like I just can't do it anymore. Okay, it's really hard.
I
Um,
feel you. Yeah, I'm not on the app.
I'm already
Uh,
exhausted.
I'm
Just already
looking
talking
forward
about
to
it.
IRL. Okay, that's where I would like to be. I'm not really trying to reignite anything with anyone in my past, except for maybe sit on Brokey's dick while I'm, searching still in real life for a future person. But yeah, I'm not at the app place right now. I feel like I'm gonna delete it, lose 15 pounds, and then I'll get back on the app like next year.
She said, "Give me some more." See, look, this lady. I know I told you I was gonna work out today, but I got so tired.
You did
I
it?
no, I just instead I decided to have a lighter dinner today. That's what I'm gonna do. Instead of
Mhm.
working out, I'm going to, if I don't work out that day, I'm just gonna have a light dinner.
Protein
And
shake.
yeah. And then we're gonna go ahead and do our fasting, and then we're gonna try it again tomorrow. You
Hmm.
know, I gotta do what I gotta do because, Snapchat showed me what I was looking like a couple years ago. I'm looking good. I'm sad.
Dang.
Mommy's
Yeah.
sad.
I hate it when the memories come back.
Girl.
Okay, do you have any advice for our listeners?
Guys, dating sucks out here, but you got it. And, I'm speaking for myself right now. Like, just because you have a little extra time doesn't mean that you're ready to date. Um, Again, figure out what your values are, what you want, what you don't want. Um, Understand what's important. And then still spend your time doing something worth like that's productive. Like me, I have to organize this fucking closet of mine. I have to get my home ready for this new phase of life because, you know, we're 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 trying to replace all this other furniture with new furniture, okay? That's the
Okay.
next stage for me. I'm trying to get my grown lady on, and then I feel like once I'm a grown lady, my grown man will show up. Well, it's
Ooh,
not,
seriously.
again, singleness is not a punishment as well. I don't want to
Correct.
say it like being single is something bad, but just I feel like I'll have the aura and give off the aura of something better, you know?
My advice is very similar. Center yourself, prioritize yourself, right? We always are romanticizing our life when we find these men. What's it going to be like? What's it going to look like? What's fairy tale? Everything's going to be together. I'm going to have whatever, whatever you think. Okay. I would like to tell you before that to center yourself because apparently you find him when you're not really looking. You also, like Jackie said, attract him when you are, feeling your best, and so the way to feel your best is to make sure that you're prioritizing yourself and that you're centering yourself. And then just also remembering that your path is your path, right? Like just because so and so, got married 15 years ago, not for us, because god dang, they were a child bride. But just because they
Yeah.
got married XYZ long ago, like that does not mean that that is your story. You could still end up getting married soon come. Great things happen to people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, every day of every life, right? So we hope that this was a good experience for you on whatever day of your life you are having today. Thanks for listening to the Just Extra podcast. You can follow Jackie on Instagram at All Things J. You can follow me, your girl Erica, at Erica_stay ready. You can follow our TikTok and Instagram for the podcast at Just Extra_podcast. And we will see you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.